Hey, it's Amanda, and I just want to tell you a little bit about my experience as a young teenager. I grew up in a small town. I had really great friends. I went to school just like everybody else, but I really liked to hang out and be out late at night. So, one night I was out with some friends and stayed really late at a party, and everything changed for me. I basically, for the next few weeks, didn't really feel that good at all, and I had no idea what was happening. And then I missed my period, and I got really, really scared. So I told a friend, and they said, "You need to find out right away. You need to know what's going on." And, I was 17 years old. I was terrified. I was scared to death. I had no idea. I didn't even want to take a pregnancy test. I didn't know what was going to happen. All I ever wanted in my life was to raise a healthy, happy child and have a happy family. And that kind of all came right in front of me in that moment. And I realized that I really did need to take that step and take the pregnancy test, which I did, and found out that I was pregnant. And it was pretty devastating to me. I had no idea, how this could even happen to me. How could someone like me with such good grades, going to school, everything was going so great, and it all kind of fell apart, and I had no idea what to do. I basically just dropped out of school. I would drive. I would tell my mom I was going to go to school, and I would drive to school, and then I would keep going by the school, and I would drive to a nearby parking lot and just sit in the garage of that parking lot underneath the hotel. And I was so sick to my stomach, and I would just be so sick for hours and hours, just worrying, trying to figure out what to do, trying to figure out if this person was the right person for me to even have a baby with. Could I even raise a baby? Could I even be a good mom, especially at this point in my life? I was still going to high school. I had no idea how I was going to make this all work. Things like paying bills and paying for medical expenses and tests and all the things that come along with actually having a child really didn't even come to my attention. But I was thinking more of myself, honestly, and I had no idea what I would do. So after being really sick for 4 or 5 days, I just started really thinking about the different options. I thought obviously about abortion, and it just was too much for me to handle at that time. And I thought about adoption, but there really wasn't any good resources in my town for things like that. I didn't have anyone to reach out to. There wasn't anything online. I couldn't find any good information. So I was really, really nervous and hesitant to choose that, especially not knowing how the process works. Do I just give my baby up? Do I have any idea what's going on here? I really had no idea of what the adoption process would even be like at all. I really didn't have a choice. So finally I went to my sister's house and I told her, and she said, "You know what? You're going to go through a lot of challenges in life, and this isn't going to be the first one. And I think you should keep the baby." And at that moment, it kind of hit me, and I really felt like that's what I had to do. No matter if I was going to choose adoption or keep my baby, I really had to make sure that it was something that I felt comfortable with, and that was the only thing that I really felt like I had to do at that moment.